If you've ever heard the tale of the Mitchell-Hedges crystal skull, you'll know it sounds less like archaeology and more like the opening scene of Indiana Jones. A teenage girl, Anna Mitchell-Hedges, supposedly clambers over ruins in Belize in the 1920s. The temple collapses. Of course it does. And what does she find? Not pottery shards, not some dusty bones, but a life-size crystal skull with a detachable jaw. Cue the spooky music. For decades, Anna toured the world with it, claiming it had magical powers, visions, music, even the ability to kill on sight. And people lapped it up. Authors, New Age gurus, even Hollywood. The 2008 Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was practically written with this story in mind. Some people went further. This wasn't made by humans, it must be aliens. Because of course, whenever something looks fancy, our first instinct isn't skilled craftsmen, but little green men. Now here's where the wisdom and the humor comes in. The dramatic discovery story doesn't hold up at all. Her father, Frederick Mitchell-Hedges, wrote plenty about his adventures, but somehow forgot to mention that his daughter found the most incredible artifact in history. Minor detail, right? Turns out receipts exist showing he actually bought the skull at a Sotheby's auction in London in 1943 for $400, less Indiana Jones, more eBay bargain hunter. When scientists finally got a look, they found modern tool marks all over it. Laser scans, electron microscopes, the works. Carved not by Mayan priests thousands of years ago, but in Europe in the late 1800s or early 1900s, likely in Idar Oberstein, Germany, where crystal cutting was a cottage industry. In other words, the Skull of Doom has about as much mystical power as your Nan's paperweight. And it wasn't alone. Other famous crystal skulls in the British Museum, the Smithsonian and the Musée du Quai Branly in Paris? Same deal. Modern quartz, modern tools, sold by the same antique dealer, Eugène Bobin. The man wasn't a practical joker, just a salesman who knew a good myth sells better than the truth. So what do we take from this? Here's the wisdom. People love mystery more than they love facts. Tell someone an artifact was carved by German lapidaries in the 19th century and they'll yawn. Tell them it's an alien USB stick left behind by intergalactic visitors and suddenly it's on the History Channel. The skulls aren't ancient, they aren't alien, and they certainly aren't cursed. But they are works of art, not because of where they came from, but because of the human imagination that turned them into legends. Sometimes the real magic isn't in the object, but in the tall tales we tell about it. So next time someone says the pyramids were built by aliens or this skull holds the secrets of Atlantis, just smile, raise your pint, and remember, it's amazing what stories people will carve out when there's money, mystery, and a good headline on the line.